for you guys. One thing about it, we've talked usually, and we start with Iraq because there always seems to be some information we need to learn about Iraq. Tonight is no exception to that. What we can talk about in terms of Iraq and rates is that on Thursday of this past week, this past Thursday, Iraq started and made a new, let's just call it a new active rate on their dinar. And it was put out, so we have an active rate, so-called international rate, and then it kept going up until, and still is going up through today. Started at such and such a rate, then it went up another 6 or 8 cents the next day, then it went up more, and then it went up more, and every day, and it was officially traded, I know that it was officially traded up starting on, let's see, Sunday night at like 8 or 9:30 at night. It was traded up, and it's continuing to trade in periods throughout the day and night. And as of today, it went up, and it's over $4, and it's continuing to go up. And I don't know where it needs to go before this is released. I've heard a couple of different numbers where it needs to go, but based on the current progress, we should be ready for the release in a matter of a day or so. Now, I don't know if we're going, immediately in the next day, but I know that we've got some information that's indicating this should start here in a few days, and then we should have all of this complete by around January 2nd. By that I mean with the redemption centers. The redemption centers are on high alert. They've been told to be ready at a moment's notice. They've also been told don't schedule anything for New Year's Eve because we're going to just exchange right on through the new year, all the way through at least into January 2nd. So the banks will go much longer. The banks will go 45 days to up to 90 days. Up to 90 days. That's what the bank's schedule is going to be. But those so-called redemption centers, as we call them, or exchange locations, those will be operated 24/7 for a period of about a week, maybe a little bit longer, depending on when they decide to shut it all down. But I'm excited because I think that we are finally where Iraq has finished and completed and has nothing else to do, and their lower denominations are already coming out of the ATM machines over there. I know people that are Iraqi citizens that have money on their cards that they've actually used already. I mean, major dollars that they've been able to spend today. I think that we're really just about there. I don't know exactly what this timing is going to be, but I do know they want to bring the value of the dinar up a little higher to get to a certain point. And that is being traded around the clock. So it may be dependent upon that. I know that somewhere around Sunday, or it might be Monday, I think the Forex will come into play. And once the Forex starts, they can expect it to be really, really traded up, and who knows what rate it'll actually go to. But as far as we know, everything is completed finally. I know that there were significant meetings over the weekend with the top tier 1 executives, and I know that those went very well, and I know that we're in the time frame for those to start. Starting time was going to be from Christmas on to the next few days, so we should be just about there as far as that goes. I'm trying to think. There's not a whole lot else to bring up other than, we did not get this for Christmas like we all thought. We were looking for that. Didn't happen. I don't know that there was anything nefarious about it, but it just seemed to drag through Christmas, and even through last night. We thought we might get it over Christmas Day, but I think if we've made it this far, we can make it all the way to the end of the year. And I don't think we're going to have to wait that long. At least that's not what it looks like. Looks like we're going to go before the end of the year. Trying to think if there's anything else significant about dates. It just appears that there has been some activity, as far as helping to remove the world of so-called bad guys. That is continuing to go on. But our understanding is that the majority of the people we call the cabal, or the people that have been troublemakers, have been, let's say, picked up. And I know that probably will continue to go on, but I think we're at the point where the resistance of that is no longer a factor. I think that now it's something I believe is up to the Treasury and Secretary Mnuchin to let this release go. At least that's what I've been heard. That's what I've heard, and that's what I've been told. So I think that the timing is very, very good for this thing to go almost at any hour from here on to the next couple of days. That's what I'm believing, and that's what I've heard. So rates are continuing to climb up. I told you where we are right now, approximately on the dinar. And so I think that the rest of the rates are probably going to go up accordingly. All you can do, guys, when you go in for your exchange is you can come off of the screen. They should show you the actual screen rate, and then you can negotiate above that if you feel so inclined, based on probably the signing of an NDA for anything above the screen rate, and also your ability to show them that you need a higher rate based on your humanitarian projects. So I'm not going to go back into that. We just did that on Thursday. We talked about the VRN for veterans and how we plan to make that work. We've also talked about Rebuild America till y'all are probably tired of hearing about it, so I won't bore you with that anymore. But we're excited. We're excited to get going, excited to get started and rebuild this country and get the infrastructure going and get everything else going that we all want to do. As far as anything else, guys, really, it's all about the timing. They will release this when they feel they have the currencies at the high enough levels to support whatever it is they need when we come in for the public exchange. We are sort of part of the public, but we are part of the internet group, and like I've said, but we will go, from what I understand, simultaneously with those that are uninformed. Okay? So we'll go, we'll be informed, and they won't be. No big deal. It's just we had the opportunity to get the information that they didn't get. Well, with that said, that's it for tonight. We're going to go ahead and try to close the call out. Let's see how close I came to making it to the top of the hour. Let's see. Oh, yeah, 2 minutes over. That's not too bad. All right. Well, let's do this.